can't hold my breath together. Today is no rehearsing. Not really a whole lot going on today. I'm gonna be working. Probably go for a nice long run, and then back out to work. But I'm probably gonna be practicing on my own in the car here, like vocals and stuff. So, and I'm sure I'll have some things to say throughout the day anyway. So let's do it. Yeah, it's funny from just further getting clearer perspective on like what the Saba is and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or what I guess want it to be, or what it is and what I want it to be.
Sure.
Because of like that whole thing we already said of like those people, they're just here, like, and it's a decent chunk, and I went over it with Jordan even before this post of like the kind of engagement we get, at least on Instagram. Here people are, like they're just a part of this thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of through that, it was like, and after this post, it's just like, man, I wish I could just give just more songs to this, like more stuff.
Yeah.
Like kind of consistently.
Well, the cool thing is we have some.
And then, yeah, it did kind of hit me. It's just like there it is. Like, no, you don't need, thousands and millions of views or whatever. It's because I want to now, like, just for the people that are already here. And if it grows, cool. And if it doesn't, it's just for the people that are already here.
That actually do appreciate it.
Yeah. But is that the thing? Is that the thing that actually works, though? At the same time, it's like you just build, like, a legitimate community, and then it just grows from there.
I want to say yes. And you can't, like, I think that's the thing, is like we have, and we're getting there, and we're genuinely building that.
Yeah, it took years to, like, build this many, enough people to make it kind of like a community. But
yeah, and it's really there.
But it's there.
And at that point, then you have a decision, though, to make of like, well, do we want a label, or we're just happy with what we got, because we're already there. And it's funny, because what Ben was saying, he's reading this thing, you're saying, like, that is the way it's been for the past couple of years. They're really just looking for people who already have followings. And then this person made a point, like, but it is also kind of shifting, because some labels are purely investing in talent as opposed to following, because everybody's going after these people with the following to a point where they're becoming too expensive. They already, like, because they have the following, they know that they're worth it.
Yeah, so they're like, fuck you.
Yeah. So it's kind of, they're able to find talent and pay them less because the talent doesn't know what they're worth, and be able to get in that way and save money and get a lot more out of it.
Yeah.
So it's a weird dynamic right now, but I think regardless, we are at, my point being is like, yes, we're at the very beginning of actually building a community.
Yeah, it's like the very beginning, like don't get me wrong, like we're not like doing like good numbers by any means, but it's good numbers for like what it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Another book I've had it for years, and I think I've brought it up before, it's called Crossing the Chasm.
Yeah.
And it's all literally about just getting over that before there's exponential growth of this like long grind until there's just an explosion.
I had a nice talk with Zach. We usually talk like every day on the phone. He is the other guitar player in the band, and he lives in New York. But we talk on the phone pretty much every day, and it's been like a week since I talked to him. He was on vacation. But as you heard, there was talk a lot about like some things like more like logistically, and mostly just like the feeling about like our bands or our songs or whatever, you know. So, yeah, we're gonna run now. I'm going to run for probably, say, 45 minutes today on the treadmill here. I like to run in my folks' basement and turn off all the lights because it gets weird and intense. Alright, let's run. Take your time, waste your life forever. Take your time, waste your life forever. Alright. The treadmill broke down on me halfway through. Just funny because it just, sometimes it does it, sometimes it does. But I still love that old treadmill. I've been running on that thing for like 10 years. But sometimes it breaks. What do you do when life breaks the treadmill? You run outside. That's what outside's for. So, a treadmill breaks, run outside. Clear to good. Probably at least 45 minutes. I stopped keeping track after going on the treadmill, but I was listening a lot to a lot of the new songs, a lot of the demos I've made right now while I was running. It's nice to, I always kind of view running as it's always part of band work, you know. I'm always listening to our songs, getting ideas for shows, getting like mixed notes for songs we're gonna release or demos or something. So I always, not every single time, but most of the time when I go on long runs, it's definitely with the intent of listening to our stuff and gathering ideas or gathering notes, something of that nature. So it kind of goes along with the thing I said yesterday about prepping and practicing like it's a fight, like you have a fight coming up. Running really helps clear your head, gives you good perspective on, I don't know if you're battling with not even just stuff within music, but you know, stuff within life. If there's anything I recommend in this world, it is running. Oh, there's a kitty. Kitty! Getting back out to work. Usually that's my schedule goes. Work a little bit in the morning, do some exercise or other work in the afternoon. It's usually dead from like 2 to 4 or 5 for Grubhub, like food delivery shit. So, but now we're gonna do, it's about 6 o'clock, probably work till about 9:30, something like that. So, all right. Something kind of, I was thinking about this job, if you want to call it that, working like DoorDash, Grubhub, shit like that, as your main source of income. I've worked quite a few jobs to where, you know, like shitty jobs that, you know, they might pay a little bit more than something like this. Just got another one. They might pay a little bit more than a job like this, maybe even at that, honestly. But this kind of thing, like, I don't have a boss. I make my own hours. And so if it's like roughly the same pay as kind of like a shitty job, you clock in, you have a shitty, stupid boss, and hate your coworkers and all this other shit. Literally like scrubbing the floor or some shit, some stupid, literally degrading ass shit. I mean, you gotta, do what you gotta do. Put food on the table, especially if you have a family or anything like that. I think, but that's not the kind of shit I'm talking about. I'm lucky enough to not, well, I don't know if, shit, see, I need a tripod. Anyway, anything more than like the kind of that pays more in terms of like a job, it just requires more time and effort and energy and focus, that I want as much time, energy, focus that I can to be on music and like what I'm doing with music and the band or whatever else, like making videos and stuff like that. Like a lot of, you might think, you can have a decent job and do this stuff, and like if you can, cool, but like at least myself, like I've had it, like I've done it a couple times, and my creative energy and my just like energy to do what I really want to do just gets drained. And it's not that I can't, but it's not like it's not getting my 100%, and especially like writing songs or playing shows or practicing or making videos or anything like that, I want to give it 100%. And if that means I'm not making as much money, then so be it. So, little part of why I do this for my main source of income. Was it all in vain? Could it all be saved? Or do we make a new day? 'Cause I've got something to say. Alright, closing thoughts for the day. Nothing too crazy today, not a whole lot of action per se. Just a day where I had to work kind of all day and then went for a nice run and stuff. But as you can kind of tell, nothing really turns off up here in terms of like all the cogs like still moving up in my head about like ideas or what to do, or like when I said earlier after running, like it's I'm always gathering ideas and thoughts, and or practicing vocals or going on the phone with Zach for a while, and that's always good because like we always come up with something or kind of like realize something or kind of just bring a good energy to each other, and kind of like encourage each other, because he does a lot of different stuff on different end of things for the band, more like a lot of different like business stuff, and honestly, he's like the best like encourager that there is. Just like, yes, like that's good, let's do this thing, let's do it to the fullest, all that stuff. So I'm always really grateful for him. But yeah, not a whole lot of action today per se, but we got a rehearsal tomorrow afternoon, so that'll be fun. Get some more coverage of that. Yeah, hopefully one day I won't have to do this Grubhub and shit anymore. The goal is to just pay the bills with music in any shape or form, because I love it. That's all I want to do. So, alright, yep, I'll pick it up again tomorrow. Good job. Day 3 tomorrow, that's it. Right. You can get him paw swaps or something.
Oh, that's true. We could do that. I just thought that sounded fire. I guess we could do that.